Marketing strategy. I would just want to come back to the issue of all that noise and how we actually engage with multitasking and multi-channel consumers who are increasingly time pressured. One of the things that Google has done is it's forced us into a really great place, a place where hype is being replaced by truth. Why is that? See, in the past, as a marketer, we could make whatever claims we like and hope for the best. It's good for sales. But today, if there's a gap between our marketing message and what the communities think about our products when they experience them, then that's becoming an issue. And so we are entering an age where there's increasing resistance and skepticism about marketing messages. Now put your hands up if you find marketing messages irritating. Quite a few of them irritating. You know, being marketed at, the TV ads, the direct mail shots you get through your door, the SMS to your mobile phone, people calling you at all times of the day and night. So once again, it's just like we find it irritating as consumers to have to wait on the phone. Once again, we have an issue with another touch point, which is our messaging to customers. Because as you find your marketing messages irritating in general, or quite a few of them do, quite a few messages, then we find that is quite common. So what does that mean? It means that we're understanding the world of YouTube, the Facebook, of LinkedIn, the fact that we saw 1 trillion page views in the last month on YouTube. Put your hands up if your company has a successful marketing strategy on Facebook. 1 or 2. Okay, this is 1 trillion page views, folks. We're in the first hour of Facebook. But the second hour won't be so forgiving. This is a big opportunity for us. We need to be finding ways to work out how to communicate with these companies, because lots of other companies are starting to do. Here is an interesting site. I'm sure you've all been to TripAdvisor. You type in the name of a hotel and 2 things come up. The first 2 listings, one says fantastic hotel, the other says awful. You can't find the official site because the official site has been pushed out of the way by Google. Why is that? It's a deliberate strategy. It's partly consumerism, partly commercial. Consumerism is that Google knows that the sites that people actually want to read about, go and look at, are comment sites now rather than official websites. And the other thing is it's convenient because it means the official websites have to pay Google to be listed. So here comes the name of a hotel on the right-hand side of one of the most famous brands in the world, and you have a box you can click to go to the official site, or you can go to the fantastic stories about the honeymoon suite and all the rest of it, or you can go for the stories about the rats and food poisoning. Put your hands up. You've got 1 click now. You've got 1 quick choice. Put your hands up if you go first, always for the story about the beautiful hotel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put your hands up if you go first for the stories about the rats, because they actually worry you. Okay. Put your hands up if you don't believe either of them and you went to the official site. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, it's interesting, you see. I mean, that's very interesting because, of course, you know really who wrote this particular one about the honeymoon suite, which was someone who works there, of course, yeah. And you know very well who wrote the story. I mean, this story about the rats is it was just a little bit over the top. It made you laugh, actually. And it was written by a competitor. Now, of course, it's well disguised because otherwise TripAdvisor would punish the company. But nevertheless, it's a big challenge. In fact, this has become such a challenge that in Southeast Asia, social networking sites have lost their influence. And Google is having a big trouble with its algorithms in Southeast Asia. Why? Because Google is so easily spammed. One of the ways Google has been hitting back is by using Facebook. In fact, how many people like your web pages on Facebook is now absolutely critical to the listings that your website gets on Google. How many people tweet them, like them, Facebook them, stumble upon them, and everything else as well. This is primary tool. But in Asia, the Google algorithms are kaput in comparison. Why? Because the social networking sites have been overtaken by whole armies of people in India and China who are real human beings, not robots, who are simply creating fictitious, whole towns and villages of fictitious people on things like Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, and are constructing entire universes of nonsense about their brands. So nevertheless, although we know in our minds that both of those listings are probably incorrect, nevertheless, it's interesting that most of us went for one of these listings. Again, the future isn't about what we know, it's about what we